Okay. Hola, mami.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Everybody can wave to my mom so I know you can
Hi.
hear us. And this is my niece, Micaela, who's going to be helping my mom. She's remote learning. They are in Texas, Rio Grande City, Texas. And they're going to be demonstrating how to make flour tortillas. And afterwards, I've got some corn tortillas, a special request by Soraya. So my mom's name, she's known by Gabby. Gabby, what do you call my mom? Abuela, which is
short for abuela.
Short for abuela. But her name, mami, enséñales tu delantal. Her, if you can see who I'm named after, it says on, I don't know if you can read it, but her name is also Olga. So I'm named
Olga Jr.
Gabby says I'm Olga Jr. So, gracias, mami, por venir a presentar. So we'll go ahead and start. And she's going to slowly say the ingredients that she's going to use. And Micaela is going to translate in English. And that way you get to hear Spanish as well. ¿Listos?
Sí.
Okay.
¿Ya? Necesitamos 3 tazas de harina.
We need 3 cups of flour.
Media taza de harina.
Half a cup of shortening.
And una cucharada de sal.
And 1 teaspoon of salt.
Ponemos primero a calentar el agua.
We put the water to boil first. It's not going to be fully boiled, it's going to be almost boiled.
One.
So I just realized that when she was going over, I don't know if I put half a teaspoon on the recipe, but it's a full teaspoon of salt. And I have been doing it wrong for a while, I guess, and just found out today. Les estoy diciendo que a mami que le estaba echando yo mal. So I'm sifting.
Una cucharada de sal.
1 teaspoon of salt.
And la revolvemos.
And now we're going to mix it up.
Que se integre la sal con la harina.
Until the salt is fully mixed with the flour.
Then, luego la manteca.
And then we're going to add the shortening.
Y la desbaratamos.
And then we're going to break it up and mix it into the flour and salt.
Así. La manteca.
Until all the shortening breaks up.
You can speak a little louder, Micaela, because it's hard to hear you. ¿Y prendemos el comal también para que se caliente?
Sí, sí, cierto.
I'm going to turn on my griddle also just so it could start heating up. It's not supposed to be really hot, just kind of medium.
Sí, a la mitad, no tan alto. You are.
What kind of pan would work best? Like cast iron or non-stick?
Oh, that's my sister, Eliamar. Say hi to everyone, Eliamar.
Hi.
Come on. We were trying to get Olivia to log in, but
She's remote teaching 8th graders right now. Ooh. Oh, yeah. So,
Ay,
yeah, Kristen, cast iron does work best. I have, yeah, but you can do it on any pan that works for you if you don't have a cast iron. When I was in college, my mom came to visit and I wanted tortillas so bad and I didn't even have a rolling pin and she used a wine bottle to roll them for me. And then we cooked them in a frying pan. There you go.
El agua tiene que estar casi hirviendo.
The water has to be hot, but not boiling hot.
Almost
boiling.
Almost boiling.
Mrs. Hoyt, do you have a question? I saw you raise your finger. Oh,
Thank you. I was saying right back. I want to get Kirk to see this. I really do for a minute.
oh, of course.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Don't stop.
No problem.
I've been cooking for probably longer than you have. I get it, but I'll be right back. You go ahead.
No problem. Okay. ¿Qué sigue, mami? What's next?
Estoy esperando que se caliente bien el agua.
Oh, she's waiting for the water to be hot enough. So it's supposed to be almost boiling. I see Soraya is also doing it in the background. And let me see. Hi, Hannah. I can't see Sarah and Nate. I don't know if you guys are doing it now or you're going to try to do it later.
No, we're eating tortillas.
Gabby is doing, she's following along.
You think we don't want to get in office and start talking about, open borders and allowing.
Olga. Hi, Miss Olga. We're gonna try it later.
Okay.
And
Hi, Mr.
Olga's-
Hoyt.
Say hi.
This is my
Isn't that
mom.
precious?
Remarkable.
Ay,
That's Olga's mom, Olga. So
Okay. So what my mom did so that I'll tell you ahead of time while she's waiting for the water is once the dough is ready, she covers it and lets it sit for about 20 minutes so that it cooks better. So she has a batch waiting ready to be cooked while this batch she's making is going to sit. Mami, les acabo de decir que la vas a dejar reposar y vas a usar una que ya tienes lista.
Olga,
Yes. Yes, I hear you. Uh-oh, you froze, Ellie.
no, I stopped talking. Can you,
What's wrong?
the internet, is it okay? No. Can you send me the link to my email so I can log Olivia in?
Hi.
Sure.
Okay. That's good.
Hi. Bye.
Bye, Olivia.
Okay. Parece que ya está la.
Okay.
The water's good now. We're gonna pour 1 cup of almost boiling water.
Le ponemos el agua poco a poquito.
We're gonna put the water in slowly, little by little,
Porque está muy caliente.
because it's really hot.
So my mom also informed me today that she thinks it's better to use 1 cup and 1/4 cup, 1 1/4 cup water instead of just 1. But you can, the goal is for the dough to not be sticky. But if it ends up being sticky, you can add more, a little bit more flour, like anything else. But
Sí. Un cortito. Cuidado, no te vas a quemar.
No sé.
so, is it too hot? So when I was growing up, my grandmother said that if you were ready to get married, then you would mix without using a spoon. So I guess I'm still not ready to get married because the water's still too hot for me.
La baten hasta que quede así.
You need to mix it until it gets all done and not sticky.
Little louder, Micaela. What did you say?
You need to mix it until it's all doughy and not sticking to your hands.
Y la pones así.
And you make little circles.
Pero se tiene que dejar los 20 minutos.
And you need to put it in with a towel on top or just something to cover it for about 20 minutes. And we're gonna roll.
Y le hacemos así.
And we roll one side, then we flip it, and we roll the other side. And we roll until it's
Y voy a cocer las que ya tenía hechas.
she's gonna cook them, the ones that she already had. Now I'm gonna turn off the water.
En un ratito.
You need to let it sit there for a little bit.
So she just, this is what took me a while to learn, to just let it kind of sear it and then turn it the first time and then let it cook.
En la otra sí la dejan que se dore toda.
Yeah, the other side, let it cook the whole way, but initially just sear one side before. Because every time I would do it, they would just end up, they would still taste good, but they just would end up just kind of crunchy instead of soft. And she says that's the trick, to sear one side and then let the other one cook, the other side cook fully. I'm ready to get married. Gabby says that she's ready to get married.
¿La amasaste un poco?
¿Ella las amasó?
Gaby.
Sí.
Oh, wow, qué guapa. Cuando está para
Are
al
you,
otro lado.
are you kneading it a lot? Is there kneading going on?
Yeah, yes, but it's not, it doesn't need very much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mami, como no se necesita, let me see, Gabby, where you got it. So just the amount of time Gabby's done right now,
No se necesita.
that's all it needs.
Thank you.
Now it just needs to sit for at least 20 minutes.
If you wanted to, can you make dough and it like in the morning and then bring it out of the fridge and do it later?
Espérame, mami. Say it again, Kristen.
Would you be able to like get the dough ready, stick it in the fridge, bring it up to room temperature and cook them later? Or
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. So
En la otra, Olga,
yes.
en la otra se esponja. Bueno,
Okay.
a mí.
So when you go to the other side, you'll see it, it'll puff up a little bit. And the other thing they always said that if it puffs up, then your mother-in-law loves you. That was just a saying that they would tell you.
Mira, y queda
There
así.
it is.
Así tiene que quedar, doradita. Oh,
Okay.
Olivia's gonna taste it.
Mira, mamá, está caliente.
Olivia is gonna eat it with the butter. Does anyone else have any questions?
I have one.
Yes.
I make crepes, the French version, I guess.
Oh, yes.
So is it similar?
I have never made crepes, so honestly, I wouldn't know.
They look the same, and it's a lot of the same deal. I
The
think
only thing is that crepes is it more of a batter, or no?
it's much softer. It's
Okay.
more liquid. Yes,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. Okay, that's a big point. Thank you.
You'll have to show me how to do those at some point.
Okay.
Olga,
Yes.
I've made crepes, and I think but it's been a while. I think you have to add egg to it, and then you take it in the pan and you kind of swirl it around the pan so it gets like that nice circle. So it's a little bit different. Yeah.
I was thinking
The dough too much.
Can you work the dough too much?
In a crepe or in this?
In a tortilla, can you work the dough too much?
Let me ask my mom. Mami, ¿quieres saber si la masa es mucho, si es malo? Si se va a hacer fea.
No, no pasa nada.
She said it's fine. There's really no danger in it being needed too.
Depende, tiene que quedar, cuando quede ya nomás a manera de agarrarla, que no quede dura, tiene que quedar suavecita.
Yeah, she says it shouldn't be hard. It should be.
Así, look, mira. Yo nomás le hago así.
As a person who's failed at tortillas many, many, many times, yes, can knead it too much. And then there's like a consistency that it has to have when you're, before you put the water in as well. Like flaky a little bit.
We could be friends. My mom was an excellent bread baker, and I have failed at that so many times because I never get it right. I never mix it right. I never get the dough right. We could be friends, but we're going to try tortillas. Maybe I'll do better at that.
You never know. You know what? I'm decent at them, but my kids always say they're not like abuelas, they're not like abuelas. And I was like, I don't think, she's got 30 years on me making them plus, so I don't know if I'll ever reach that. Yeah, we can roll one and we'll try to even it.
grandmother's cooking always tastes better.
Yeah.
They don't break apart though. They're not. That's a firm consistency of dough. They're not falling apart. So that's a clue.
I'm gonna ask my mom about keeping them in the fridge. Mami, ¿qué tanto la puedes dejar en el refrigerador antes de cocerlas?
Como una semana. Y si las congelas todo lo que tú quieras.
So, ¿y las dejas así en las bolitas o en el refrigerador?
Mira, eso depende de cada quien, porque yo las hago así, pero no se me pegan. ¿Ves? Que se despegan una de otra. Pero hay gente que sé que se les pega.
So I asked her how long she keeps them in the fridge. She says she rolls them out first, and she can keep them up to a week like that, and they don't stick to each other. But I know one of my aunts who's really good at it too. They always stick, so she always separates them with like wax paper or something. My mom is also, when she comes to visit, she'll make me a batch and I'll freeze them in baggies, uncooked, just rolled out. And then I defrost them and cook them as I need them. So that works too. Mami, les dije que también me has hecho y las dejo congeladas y las hago después.
Y luego nomás las dejas abajo que se descongelen y ya, ¿verdad? ¿Te quedan bien?
Sí.
O también las pueden dejar así, luego las extienden, no hay problema tampoco.
Okay. So Gabby rolled out one. Here's Gabby. Do you want to come put it? Then we've been heating up ours here.
I'm trying.
I can tell already it's a little bit thick, but we'll try on that.
You ladies have cast iron fingers. You're all touching the crepes with your.
Oh yeah. You can use a spatula. So I let it sear a little bit.
Si no quieren quemarse, pues con la
If you don't want to burn yourself, then use a spatula.
Any other questions? Okay, so gracias mami. Voy a enseñarles las de
las de masa.
Sí, las de maíz, y si ves que hago algo que no está bien, me dices. I didn't tell my mom, she didn't prepare for corn, but I did. So I told her to watch and correct me if I'm doing something. So so I am going to move over to the other side with the corn. Let me see. Hold on, Gabby. Okay, so can everyone, I have found two types of corn masa around here. So this is one, and it's the white corn. I think they're both from Wegmans, but they're at Giant or wherever.
It looks like that says instant.
So yeah, this
okay.
is what I've found with them.
Okay.
And then, but my current favorite is this one. It's a yellow corn, and it says pre-cooked yellow corn, and they are just so yummy.
Okay.
So, I've also got this press, that my mom got me in Mexico. I know that there is a place that I've seen them at in Harrisburg, but I'm sure you could try different things. So the instructions on this don't work for me. I'll tell you ahead of time. So I'll just take a cup of, Gabby, where's my cup of water? The corn masa. Gabby's getting over here. When I've done it according to their instructions, excuse me, it doesn't quite work. So I just wait for a consistency that works for me. Are you watching your tortilla, Gabby? Okay. Let me see if I can see, you can see the bowl. So I just mix it up.
Does it have to be hot water like with the flour?
No, it's just cold water.
Okay.
So I did 1 cup of water to 1 cup of the corn. And this one is not going to be like the flour one where it's very doughy. This one falls apart like I mean, it'll stick together like this, but it's not going to be stretchy or anything like that. Now for the press, so that's all it is. And you can add salt if you want. So it was just adding the water. Sorry.
Likes to do this.
So I have one of these little plastic grocery bags, produce bags. That's what works the best. Saran wrap is too thin, and plastic bags are too thick. So I put that down on the press.
And it doesn't burn.
Oh, no, this is just to press it. It's not to cook it.
Thank you. Sorry, I lost the step.
No, that's good clarification. So I put it down there, put it over, so it's in between the two pieces, and then just press it.
Okay. Oh, that's not a cooking item. That's just a...
Yeah, that's just to press it.
That's a neat gadget. Okay.
So as you can see, you can really try anything. I mean, anything to squeeze it down. And I like to use some olive oil on the griddle. Let me get the computer back over here. I just put it over there. Wait, hold on a second. So I put it down. Put a little bit there. And then I'm going to brush some a little bit. You don't need to do that. I just really like the way it tastes when I add that. Can I borrow this, Gabby? It's not hot on there. Gabby's flour one is still cooking on this side. Good. This one is much easier to cook, I think, than the flour. And then you just let it cook as long as much or as little as you want, depending on your taste. So I like to wait until I see a little bit of browning because I like them a little bit crunchier. Anybody have any questions so far? I'm gonna have to take to the ladies over at the library some tasting. This still needs a little bit. You can press down on the edges of the flour one whenever you see a spot that's maybe not cooking as fast. Okay. Who else did we?
I don't know.
Let me see. Soraya, are you cooking as we're cooking?
We have it resting, and then we're gonna.
Oh, okay. So
we're gonna have tacos for dinner.
That's great.
She's gonna make the shells for that.
So as you can see, Gabby made hers right away. So you can do it. I think maybe they're just not as soft. Like, see this one, I mean, it's good, but it breaks easier.
Oh, would you roll them?
Excuse me?
To prepare a meal, would you be rolling them up with something in them?
You could fold it. You could fold it just like it depends on whether they come out crunchy or soft. Like a taco, you could roll it up. Mm-hmm. To be honest, mine always end up I can't quite get it so that they're soft enough to roll. They're always just enough to fold. Oh. My mom's are, can always roll, but like Amy, I haven't gotten to.
Okay.
So we have my mom's protege over there. Olivia, say hi. Oh, hi. Olivia, say hi.
Hi, Olivia.
So Olivia knows how to knead on her own. So maybe she'll be. one of the ones that to grow up and be able to make them properly. You
No,
what?
I made two. I made 2 tortillas.
You made 2?
Yes.
Ella las hizo, mira.
You made those,
Yeah.
and she has kneaded a whole batch on her own in the past. She's the one in the picture that I sent.
¿Querías ver la tortilla, Olga?
Sí. Sí, enséñales que se doblan. See, my mom's, they're nice and bendable.
Yes, thank
Se
you.
hace así o se hace así, como quieras.
Hers roll better than,
How does that hurt?
so ours will crack much easier. They won't roll
Está
as
en
easy.
la forma de cocerlas.
Yeah, she says it's all in how you cook it on the grill. Whether it will, I thought it was in the kneading. I mean, in how long you let it rest, but I guess not. So, okay, gracias, mami. Super la ayuda.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any last questions, comments from anybody?
It was great. Thank you.
Hey, Olga,
Yes.
what does your mom fill them with? I mean, there's all kinds of things, but I'd like to know what her specialty is.
Oh, ella quiere saber qué les echas a las tortillas, con qué te las comes.
¿Con frijoles? ¿O con la con
Beef
frijoles también?
is
Pero
the
puedes comer con cualquier comida.
anything. Just to tell you, Catherine, when we were growing up, we had, in my family, we mostly ate the corn on a daily basis with every meal. Like some people have some sort of bread, every meal had corn tortilla on to eat it with. And then the flour ones, usually we ate on Sunday with, I mean, it goes with anything as well. My husband's family, because they have a higher metabolism, they ate flour tortillas like with every meal. I don't think that we could have taken that, but that's what they ate with every meal. And when we were growing up, we went to Mexico every weekend at the tortillerías, with the tortilla factories. You just picked up a kilo of it or 2, and you had it for the week. They would just make it fresh. And it was only when you ran out of those that you're making these. So here's,
Olga,
yes.
avocado.
Oh, yes, that's a favorite. Avocado in the flour tortillas. So yummy.
Definitely.
So yummy. But favorites over here are refried beans. This morning we had what we call migas. So I took some corn tortilla and I poured it up and fried it up a little bit with onion, and then added the egg and some turkey, and that was breakfast. And that's a classic throw in the tortilla, and it's called migas.
Olga, will you come to my house and cook breakfast? Is that so delicious?
Or just the library.
Or just the library?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to take samples.
What is the deal with refried beans? Can you explain that to me? What is it?
So I'm not sure why they're called refried, because you're not frying them again. But after they're cooked, after they're whole and they're cooked, then you put them in. So I made some just the other day, and I take my pan, put them in, heat up some oil, add them in without too much of the water, the ones that have already been cooked. And then as they're frying up, it's not a lot of oil, I mash them, completely mash them, and that's it. And they just taste really yummy that way, mashed up. With
Olga,
yes.
on the refried, I think it's because like Tomas, they put extra shortening or like extra stuff when you mash them?
Oh, originally. Yeah, I guess I don't do that. But like I don't use the pork fat or anything like that, but I guess in some, and neither did my mom, but in some places they would put like bacon fat and really flavor it out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us in our final episode on Tortillas. Gracias, Mami.
Okay.
Gracias.
Thank you, Micaela.
Gracias. Gracias, Olga's mamá.
Gracias.
Bye.